Hello, this is Narsam, uh, presenting you with a Tableau visualization that shows cricket matches played over time. I think right from 1877, and it also has data till 2020. And this is a 5-day format. So this test, or it's called the test match, which goes for 5 days. There are two teams that play, and then there are four innings. Okay, and the results of the match could be a drawn match, so you run out of time, it's 5 days, and then it's still the match has no result, so it is a draw, or one of the team can lose the match. It could be tied, so they are on same score, or as a team can one of the team can win the match. Okay, so here what it shows is the percentage distribution of the scores of each of those matches. So this is one match played on 1877 March 15th between Australia and England, and here instead of showing the actual scores, you can see the actual contribution of each of those players towards the score. And if you look through this, it's a good, nice way of seeing um, whether these batsmen who have contributed, I mean, have they contributed to a winning match or a losing match? Okay. So, for example, Murdoch um contributed 34% of the match of the score. So he scored 153 out of the total 450. Okay, but then the team lost that game. So it's a good way of seeing like if the batsmen have scored runs and if they have the high scores have contributed towards the winning of the game. Another way of looking at this visualization is to look at a particular team or a particular country and how they have performed on a yearly level, on a year level, and it kind of aggregates the performances of different players over the year, and you can see like how each of them performed, and also you can see like how they have performed over the games. Have they won more games or lost games? And this also will give you another visual idea of which of these batsmen have contributed more towards a winning game, and who have not been able to be match winners. So, for example, okay, unfortunately, this is over this period when India started to play in 1932. They were not able to win any games. They were a very new team playing against the experienced teams of England and Australia. So you can very well see that they have not won anything till I think 1952. So 1952 was the first time that they kind of won a cricket match. And it's also interesting to see like who are the players who scored more runs during the year. Okay, so 21% was scored by Paulie Umrigar. Okay, so that's a good way of looking at it. Uh, ML Apte scored 25% of the scores, which have resulted in draw matches. Okay, uh, and you can see here MH Mankad in the year 1955 scored 223 out of the total 410 matches that resulted in wins for India. Okay, so he actually contributed a lot of game, or he played in a lot of games that India won in 1955. Again, if you look at 1956, similarly, like Nari Contractor contributed 34% of the runs in winning games. Mankad actually has contributed 46% of the scores in winning games. Okay, so this kind of gives a feel of whether the batsmen have contributed more for a winning game or they have been instrumental in the win. But of course, there are a lot of other factors that go into winning a game. But it gets one aspect of it can be analyzed using this. Pathaudi uh, gave like 30% of the scores on the matches that were lost in 1964, but he also contributed 25% of his scores towards winning games. Okay. Um, Again here in the 1965, you can see he's contributed 28% of the games. So you can see around 1964 to 65, Pataudi has been a very big contributor to the scores. Uh, so this is a very neat way of looking at it. So if I want to just analyze and see what how Pataudi has scored or fared in this, so I just click on this and then select Pataudi. Okay. So it kind of like you can see like these are the winning games that he contributed towards, and the big piece of the pie here. And here is his contributions, but he was not able to win those matches, or India was not able to win the matches. These are drawn matches. Okay, so this kind of gives a very good quick view of the Pataudi's contribution to the scores in Indian for the Indian team. Okay, and then he kind of played till 1975. Okay. So if we keep going down below, we can just go and see more recent matches. Okay, so typically Tendulkar. Okay, you click on Tendulkar and you can see like how much he's contributed. Of course, he was a very big contributor to the scores, very prolific run scorer. But you can also see like how many of these matches that he has contributed high have actually won, or how many have India won in spite of him not contributing much.